Common truth.
Common truth.
What's up, everybody? You are listening to the Common Truth podcast. I am Kyle Pearson.
Bryson Cole.
We're going to go ahead and just get right started talking about why we wanted to do a podcast. I've known Bryce for a while now. We've become pretty good friends. And one thing I noticed is that we always have conflicting views or beliefs on a lot of stuff. Not on everything. We agree on some stuff. But one thing we've always been able to do is really just talk about what we think with each other and how we can kind of get another insight on what the other person is thinking, and it kind of opens up your mind to what other people might be feeling or seeing in the world. And so I think that putting that into a podcast will help a lot of people have a platform to kind of just reach another viewpoint in the world.
Right. Most of the stuff we do agree on, but the little things that we don't agree on, we can like talk through them like adults, which we feel that a lot of people aren't doing nowadays.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, whenever people are scared of the things they don't understand. So I think whenever they hear another belief or another viewpoint, they kind of just back out of it and freak out a little bit. But we're going to try and do these podcasts once a week, try and keep you up to date on a lot of like music things going on, a lot of modern stuff in the hip-hop industry, and then a lot of current events and breaking news that we might have.
Yeah, and make sure to follow us on Twitter at the CT Podcast. The CT Podcast. We post a lot of polls and stuff like that because we want to know what y'all want from the show. That way, it is for y'all. It's for everybody.
Yeah, it's definitely for the people. We want to bring as much content as we can to you so that you can enjoy the podcast. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump in today. We're going to be talking about the XXL lineup that was just released. Me and Bryce have been talking about it for a while. At first, I didn't really recognize a lot of the names on there, and then I looked into it, did a couple research, and I ended up knowing a couple of the people's songs and stuff. So you can go ahead and go through the list.
All right, bro. Most people that know me by Bryson Cole or know my music knows that I don't really like the new age of rap, but because there's no lyricism and I like lyrics.
It might help to mention that Bryce is actually a rapper.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But, okay, so 2017. A lot of people hated last year's. I didn't like last year's that much, but I really don't like this year's. But we're going to start off with Kamaya. I think that's how you say her name. Do you know about Kamaya?
Kamaya was actually one of the ones on there I wasn't really familiar with.
She's the only female on there. Kamaya is, she's a new rapper. She started on, where I know her from is Please Tell Me Why You Always Hate that song with YG and Drake.
Yeah.
And then she was also on Lil Yachty's tape.
Lil Yachty's tape, that actually I heard that wasn't very good.
No, it sold like 40,000.
I'm personally not a fan of Lil Yachty, so I didn't listen to it. But just from what I heard, I should probably go listen to it, do my own research before I decide. But I heard it didn't do very hot.
It didn't do the best. But that's the thing about me. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, you just hate because he didn't have bars. I was like, no, because I actually listened to the whole tape. And I can say there were probably like 2 songs I like.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But, all right. Who's next? We got A Boogie with the hoodie. Do you know him?
A Boogie with the hoodie who doesn't wear a hoodie.
Yeah, he is not even wearing a hoodie all the time.
It bothered me. If you got a name that's A Boogie with a hoodie, I think you should always have a custom hoodie on with like your own logo. And
he usually does. He just on the XXL cover he doesn't have a hoodie.
He blew it.
He has a crew neck. He should be A Boogie with the crew neck.
A Boogie with the crew neck.
That sounds cooler too. But A Boogie, he's pretty cool. I forgot where he's from. I did forget where he's from. But A Boogie, he's a great artist. I feel like he should be on here. I can't say too much for Kamaya because I don't know about her like that. But the next person we also have is P&B Rock. Love him.
Yeah, actually, I do like him. He's got some good songs out there. I actually didn't recognize him for a while. Like, I knew some of his songs, but I never really look at the artist. Because a lot of time when I'm listening to music, I'll just hit shuffle and, put my phone in my pocket or something, just listen through them all. That way I don't have a bias. Just I'm like, oh, I don't like this artist or whatever just because of what people have said. So I'm not going to like their music. I just want to, hear the song first and then maybe, make my own opinions and stuff.
I like A Boogie. I mean, not even A Boogie. A Boogie is from New York. I just fact checked myself.
Oh, okay.
But PNB Rock, I like him a lot because his voice is very different. A lot of people say he's the hood Drake. Like, I don't know, when it comes to singing.
Yeah, I could see that.
But he's really different, and I feel like he definitely deserves to be on here. He's from Philadelphia, and he doesn't sound like he's from Philly.
Yeah, he's pretty unique, honestly. Like, I haven't heard a lot of artists that are. He's not really copying another artist's sound or anything.
Right.
He's kind of got his own take on everything, which is what I like when I'm listening to a new artist.
All right, next we got XX Tentacion.
Ah,
I think I said his name right.
I don't even try and pronounce it, honestly.
Just say triple X.
It looks like first time I looked at it, I thought it said XX Tentacle, and then I skipped over it because I was like, I don't want to listen to a tentacle. But he's the one who got knocked out, right? He's the one.
Yeah. He just recently got knocked out because he went to.
Who hit him? Was it Rob Stone?
No, No, okay. Apparently, I think he was like Rob Stone and Ski Mask, the Slump God, were in a beef, and somehow X kind of got into it. So, some of his posse just like knocked him out on stage.
He wasn't even wearing shoes too. Like
he was barefoot.
That's rough.
And then he just got tried to get swung over a gate into the crowd, and he just ended up hitting the gate. So he's taking L's. People are saying Meek Mill's taking L's. Meek Mill didn't get thrown into a gate.
He didn't get thrown into a gate, and Meek Mill always wears his shoes. So
next we got also on X, I can't really say if he deserves to be here. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like it used to be, man, if you've been putting in work for a long time, you can come up to be on XXL. Now it's just, you got a hit. Okay, yeah, you're on here. It's a popularity contest now.
Instead of like the rappers actually having talent, actually having like, I mean, I'm not saying these guys don't have talent, but they got more heat than they do talent right now. They got more popularity on them. Like, all of them have like this weird fanboy fan base that anything they drop, any songs that they drop are gonna get a lot of plays, get a lot of views because they just got these diehard fans behind them.
Yeah, shout out to them for having fans like that, though. That's hard to come by.
That's really hard to build a fan base like that.
So that's awesome. Next, we got Playboi Carti. A lot of people are happy that he's on here.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Playboi Carti. He's
not.
He's not an intellectual, but he bumps. Like,
no, he's not an intellectual. Like, he does not fuck with it with anybody on this this list. You can tell in behind the scenes he does not talk to them. But shout out to Frederick out there because I know you were super happy that he was on here.
Yeah, we got a friend named Frederick, and he is a diehard Playboi Carti fanboy.
He's a diehard Hypebeast fan. Anything that's popping, Frederick is already on it, and he loves it. I call him an aux cord addict a lot because if you ever riding with Frederick in the car, it's only a matter of time before he's, hey, you know what song you should play? Like he starts suggesting a song, and then before that song's over, he's like, hey, you should play this he's
song.
already on to the next one, and then you're like, Frederick, I can't be the driver.
Yeah, just screw it, Frederick.
And the DJ.
Yeah, just have fun.
But shout out to Playboi Carti for Magnolia. That record's doing numbers right now.
Yeah, it's doing good.
We got Made in Tokyo.
Made in Tokyo.
People got mad at me because I was saying his name wrong. I used to say Made in TYO. I knew like it was supposed to be Tokyo, but I was just saying made because that's how he spells it.
Was he made in Tokyo?
I don't know. Like, he definitely grew up there.
Oh, okay.
He grew up around there because his dad worked there.
Yeah, because he just named himself Made in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
he has an original story, and then he came out. A lot of people were like, "Why is he on here? He only has one hit." But no, he actually had like Uber Everywhere. He had Skateboard P.
Yeah.
Chain on Skateboard P, and he had something else that he was doing. His sound's kind of different, but you know all these rappers kind of have the same aura. They kind of have the same feel, but I don't know. He's a little different.
No, yeah, I feel that. A lot of them have the same kind of vibe to their music. It's almost like it's not about lyricism or it's about having bars anymore. It's almost just about like having a solid beat that bumps and just throwing in stuff that just sounds good to the beat.
And that's why I get in arguments with people so much. They're like, why are you hating? I'm not hating. I just don't want it to call it hip-hop because hip-hop was based off of storytelling and bars. So if we're not going to do either one of those, can we make it like a subgenre of hip-hop? And if y'all feel the same way, we'll put a poll out. And if you even have a name for what you think this new wave of rap should be called, maybe it should even be called New Wave. I don't know. Then not.
Shout out to New Wave. You can find New Wave on Spotify.
Oh yeah, shout out to my EP. Go pick that up, New Wave. But it sounds nothing like them, so don't get that confused.
Yeah, but I agree. They have it's a lot different than the rap that a lot of us are used to listening to. It's a lot different.
Right. It is party anthems though. When I go to a party, I don't want to hear lyricism.
Yeah,
you know?
I want to
unless
get
it's
something
Kendrick.
I can, like, dance to, get live to, you know?
Exactly. So, shout out to them. We got Amine.
I like Amine. His song Turf. Have you heard Turf?
Yeah.
That song's pretty good.
Turf is nice. He just did the video to it in a grocery store.
That's nice. A lot of people only know him for his song Caroline, but like that song just got so overplayed.
It did, but he put out a song called Red Mercedes right after that too, and not as many people caught on, but that's a great song too. So go check that out.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely a fan of Eminem, even though everyone just butchers his name too. Like,
yeah, that's why on the on the cover he's wearing a shirt that says Anime Amino Amen Anime STFU. Because I think he's getting mad because people are just butchering his name.
I know for sure DJ Academics just says anime.
Yeah, he just says anime. He didn't even try to put respect on his name. Put some respect on his name. Come on. Next we got Ugly God.
Ugly God. Okay, Ugly God is a weird guy, but his music kind of goes hard.
Oh my God. This is where me and Kyle disagree.
Like, I'm not saying he's smart. I'm not saying his music is good either. I don't even think his music's good. But, you know, like, when it's playing, like, I'm bumping my head a little bit, you know? I'm kind of vibing.
And shout out to him because he does, salute to him because he actually makes his own beats. And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he makes his own beats. So you got to give credit where it's due. But I am going to say something about Ugly God. I was mad the most that he was on here. But, you know, every week they drop their freestyles for the XL. He has the best one so far. That's weird because he's actually rapping on it. If you watch the video, he actually raps. The other ones, they're just the worst one right now is Playboi Carti, in my opinion. I can't stand that one. Have you seen that one?
It was a little rough.
That was bad. Like I don't know.
It looked like he was just running out of stuff to say. Like he's
exactly
just looking around for stuff he could rap about, but it's just a plain white room.
And then we got Cap G. A lot of people don't know a lot about him.
I honestly don't know a lot about Cap G.
Cap G, I've seen a lot of his stuff. Not necessarily. I think the reason they put him on here though is because he has a new song called Girlfriend, which I did not know that was him this whole time. I just did a pill with your girlfriend.
Oh, okay, I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he's the only Mexican rapper on here. That's what's up though.
Oh yeah,
they're getting some diversity. And then the last but not least, I actually like this dude. We have Kyle.
Can't hate
Super
on Kyle.
duper Kyle.
Great name.
Yeah, that is a great name. Is that
I
the only reason you like him?
I mean, it's a pretty big reason. I'm not gonna lie, it's a big reason. No, but like, I mean, even though his biggest song was so overplayed, the one with Lil Yachty, I can't even think of the name of it. Is it I Spy? Yeah.
I Spy.
Yeah. I thought that one wasn't bad. It got a little overplayed. It got a little boosted on the radio, but.
This is why you shouldn't listen to radio.
Yeah, well, my car's a little old. Some of us don't have a choice.
Oh, true. My car's old too.
Yeah, but I think I definitely need to do some research and listen to not just his other music, but a lot of them on their other music. I'm definitely going to give them a chance before I just cut them off as music I refuse to listen to or
and that's the whole thing. Opinions are just opinions, you know? Like, what I say means nothing. It shouldn't hold any weight. You should always... Yeah. Everybody should always, you know,
your opinion
test it for themselves.
only is valid to you.
Exactly.
But yeah, you know, I'm not gonna hate on the XXL lineup. I'm not really necessarily a big fan of anyone, but I want them to do good. You know, that's part of the future of the hip hop industry. So I wish them the best.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, since we're still on music, let's talk about Drake.
Oh yeah, his new song. He dropped a couple songs actually.
Yeah, he actually dropped 3 this week.
The only one I've listened to so far was Signs, because I got a notification when he dropped it, and I went and listened to it immediately, and I liked it. It wasn't. I think Drake is a very, very talented artist, but I think he's also a smart artist. He's keeping up with the times. Like right now, I think a lot of the music industry is just. What is that noise?
I don't know.
Oh well. But I think that he's a smart artist in that he transitions with what's popular. So he went from doing, bars like rapping, and then now he's more of like a hip hop artist now.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's no more pop because he sings a lot.
Yeah, more pop.
But nah, he's definitely still one of my favorite. So the 3 songs he dropped Signs, and it premiered. I think it premiered during a fashion show. And then the second one he dropped, he did Freakin' You remix. Have you heard that song?
I actually haven't. I need to go look into
Freakin' You is by Party Next Door. So he did a remix of it. And I don't even think Party's on it. It's just Drake, which is pretty cool. Like he was singing during the whole thing and it was lit. And then Metro Boomin, he just dropped a song featuring Offset from the Migos and Drake.
Metro Boomin is doing good.
Yeah, he's booming.
Like he's booming.
Pun intended.
He's just pumping out songs. Like he's putting them out there.
Yeah, he's doing really good right now. That song though, that was a little lackluster. A lot of people can agree on that. Cause once you hear it, you're like, come on, Drake, come on. I know you can out-rap. I know you can rap better than this. But I mean, I feel like he's just a workaholic. Like he gets beats,
workaholic.
Makes a song, and moves on to the next one.
I think he kind of went back to his old way of rapping and making music though with this new song Signs. I don't know. I kind of got like an older Drake feel from it with still his newer vibe that he's putting out.
I feel you. So y'all on Twitter, y'all need to hashtag or at DCT podcast, and we want to know out of those 3 songs like which one you're bumping right now and which one you mess with.
Yeah, add us on Twitter and let us know which one of Drake's new releases y'all like the most.
And while we're still in music, we gotta shout out 2 artists that just dropped their albums, Vince Staples and
yes.
Actually, hold up, wait, we got like 3. We got Vince Staples, SZA, and then we have DJ Khaled.
Okay, let's start with Vince Staples.
All right, let's start with him.
At first, I was like, this album is kind of different, it's kind of weird, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. And then I started just like listening to it. I like it. I don't think it's party music. I don't think it's anything that I would, walk around playing or something. But it's definitely like some vibes. Like
yeah, he has a cool weird disco type vibe. It has some weird instrumentals on it, but I mess with it.
What was it called? The Big Fish.
The Big Fish Theory.
The Big Fish Theory.
It's just too short to me.
Yeah.
It ended. It was only 12 tracks long.
It's got some good songs on it though. I think my favorite one was actually The Big Fish on it.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, I was listening to it last night actually, and it was pretty good.
And then SZA, I don't know if you heard her album called Control. For all the ladies that hate their exes, this is the perfect album for you.
Perfect album for you to realize that you're better than what you deserve.
What? Oh man, yeah, but that album, it had a great songs on, it had great singles, especially the one with Travis Scott, Love Galore. I think, do they play on the radio? Have you heard that song?
I haven't, but I'll have to go look into it.
Love Galore. Go look that up.
Love Galore.
And then the last album we want to give a shout out to is DJ Khaled's.
That had a lot of features on it.
Did you hear the whole thing?
I didn't listen to the whole thing. I only listened to about half of it. The song with Future and Nicki Minaj, I just had to cut it off when Nicki Minaj came on. I cannot
Bro,
listen to
so many
Nicki
people
Minaj.
said that. DJ Khaled, what happened? I'm gonna be real. DJ Khaled, I don't know what happened. Major Key, when you gave us that, great. It was so good. This album, a lot of people can agree on, and y'all have to tag us and tell us what you think of the album. But he had a lot of misses on this. It was a big dud if you listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, see, I haven't listened to the whole thing through, but a couple songs I heard, I was like, okay, these are good, but I don't think the whole song was good. I was just like, parts of it were good for me.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Well, he had 23 songs, which I feel like a lot of artists, they're putting more songs on their albums because the more streams equals more revenue. So if you have more streams, then you're going to have a bigger album and probably get more money. But the singles, I don't want to knock his singles, though. His singles were great. He had Shining with Jay-Z and Beyonce. That was awesome. He had Wild Thoughts with Rihanna. The video was awesome to that.
Yeah, that video was cool. Oh, my gosh, Rihanna. Oh.
Yeah. She looked great in that. And then he had I'm the One, which is for all the white 13-year-old girls. Something for them to bump. But, like, after you get past the singles that he put very first in the album, which was weird, he put them, like, all the singles on the album, he put those as the first songs you hear. And then after that, it just kind of went downhill. You have to listen to the whole thing.
I blame his son.
You blame his son? No, what? You can't blame his son.
He was in the studio with him. He was letting him edit all the songs.
Yeah, he's executive, but you're going to have the whole Twitter going after you.
That's
You can't do that. Assad is a legend in the making.
Assad. I'm going to name my kid Assad.
Shout out Assad.
Shout out Assad.
He's a cute baby.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going to, like, grow into...
To DJ Khaled size?
Into Khaled size. Like, there's small, medium, large, and then there's Khaled sized. Just above. It's like in between, like, XL and double XL.
Khaled likes his size, though. That's the cool part about it. He makes it... Well, I wouldn't say he put swag on it because I think Rick Ross did. Yeah. Rick Ross, he was clean, but DJ Khaled, I don't know. I love him.
Did you see that Cardi B dropped a song?
No, what was it?
Oh my! Let me see if I can find it real quick. I just saw something on Twitter, a video, and I click it, and someone was like, "Cardi B is gonna be the next female or big female rapper," and I was just like, "There is no way."
Yeah, you didn't know she's rapping? Like she's
nuts.
She's putting out songs. She just did a song with Offset called "Lick Something." Yeah, I don't know.
When a hoe finds a microphone.
But yeah, Cardi B, she's away from stripping now, and she wants to become a rapper.
Good for her.
So that's what good for her. That's what she's working on.
Not dissing on any strippers though. Make your money. You gotta find your hustle.
Also, before we get off of albums, Joyner Lucas, shout out to him. If y'all haven't heard of Joyner Lucas, go listen to him. We want to put y'all on to new music that y'all haven't heard.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one thing that we were talking about the other day with this podcast that we want to do is because a lot of people when they're listening to music, especially rap and hip hop, they ask their friends like, "Oh, what are you listening to?" And it's like those big top 5 rappers.
Exactly, same 5 rappers.
Yeah, and people aren't really good at it. I mean, expanding. They know what they like. They like the stuff that they listen to, and it's hard to expand your horizons of what you listen to because you like what you're listening to. Like you don't want to change that, but then I think once you start exploring new music, you kind of get addicted to it. You're like, man, I kind of want to find more songs I haven't listened to and show other people these songs that I found and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Support your artists.
Let's see. What else is going on this week? Oh, Johnny Depp. Did you hear about what he did in UK? He was, I don't know what he was doing. He was at like a festival or something. But he's talking to a bunch of people and he starts asking them like, oh, what do y'all think about Trump? Now he's in United Kingdom, so like they're not in America, and everyone's like, boo, like no Trump. And he's like, when's the last time an actor assassinated a president? Referring to John Wilkes Booth with like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
And like he was talking before he said it, he was like, the media is gonna give me a lot of crap for this. The Secret Service has him on a watch list right now. They're watching Johnny Depp because he threatened the president. They took it as like a real life.
Did he really threaten him though?
Hey, dude, you can't say you cannot talk about killing the president.
True.
Like, if you're a celeb, anyone, you can't talk about killing.
I know, cause they got on Kathy Griffin.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, you scared little Baron.
Well, actually, so what she did, holding up the severed head doll, that was actually a form of protest in like medieval times. That whenever somebody would get like a husband would get beheaded, the women would hold up the head to symbolize like I'm in control of this like household now. I'm in control of this. Well, yeah, because women didn't. I mean, shout out women. 2017 respect. But medieval times they didn't. then women were property to them. So like
Right.
when your husband got beheaded for a crime, you were head of that household. You got everything now. And so I think she was kind of saying like, yeah, like we're still in power. We still got power, but that was
Yeah,
that
she was
bad.
saying it was supposed to be just a joke.
And I think I hate that because like I love stand-up comedians. It's like comedy's always been a pretty big passion of mine. Like I love making people laugh, but I don't believe in falling back on the I'm a comedian, I should get away. It's a joke. It's a joke. Like, all right, you held up a severed president's head. Like, you're gonna catch some heat from that, and you can't just go, oh well, I'm a comedian, so I get a free pass. I don't think that's right.
Yeah, and even if it was a joke, I don't care for the president. Like everybody knows that. But that is the commander in chief. So just like I don't know, be
Celebrity
respectful.
in chief. Word to Charlemagne the God, Andrew Schultz.
I don't know. I say let's just be respectful because at the end of the day, he does run the country, and we need
Yeah,
to
like
and we live here.
I don't like him. I don't like his personality, and I don't have any ties to a political party, which is really easy for me to just pick all the
Same.
bad stuff that I see from each party and just roll with whatever I want to believe in. But I don't think bashing your president is helpful. I think even if you didn't get the president that you wanted, even if the election didn't go the way that you wanted it to go, you should still better your community from where you're at, support the president, and just wish for him to do the best. There's no hope in just like, I hope he really ruins the country.
Yeah, you don't want him to ruin the country, but you also have to remember it is in your amendment. You can protest, so whatever you got to do to
yeah.
protest, do it because if you're not happy with what you have, you're supposed to change it. But like I was trying to tell one of my managers, she loves Trump, and I was asking reasons why, and she gave me some reasons that I don't want to say why, because they were super racist. But I told her, I was like, so those are really racist reasons why you want him to be president. She was like, I'm not a racist or whatever. Blah, blah.
Oh yeah, I voted for Trump. I don't know why I voted for Trump. I just voted.
Well, she said something about she actually wants the wall built and she needs Mexicans out, and I was like, we gotta stop with that. And I was like, come on, let's go deeper. So we went deeper, and it boiled down to she feels they should pay taxes and stuff like that. And I was like, I understand that. I was like, well, how did you feel about President Obama? And she was like, oh, I didn't really like him. I was like, can you give me a reason why you didn't like him? She was like, because he was Democrat. I was like, are you serious?
See, my thing with the immigration is it's a lot of people are like, oh, okay, well, why? I get it. No illegal immigrants. I understand that. But in a way, a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to become a legal U.S. citizen from Mexico or from another country. It takes years and years and years of waiting and waiting and waiting and just no reply, nothing, and then all of a sudden you're granted a visa and you get to enter the country. So it's definitely not an easy process, but in the same time there's a lot of danger in the world, like US is a powerful country. We're a pretty big target for a lot of factions in the world. So I don't know. Immigration's just a tough subject because there is no right way to do it.
Especially when you realize that almost everybody here is an immigrant because Native Americans were definitely here first.
Yep.
A lot of people scathe over that and they don't even talk about that. So that's why I hate people that are like, go back to Africa or go back to
England.
Like I definitely did not. I don't think my ancestors asked to come over here.
That's what I'm gonna do. Next time I see a white person tell a black guy to go back to Africa or tell a Mexican to go back to Mexico, I'm gonna say, why don't you go back to England and see what they say?
Like I don't know.
They're gonna be like, oh, I was born here.
Well, I was too, so I don't get it. I don't know. I think the argument's very stupid, but we need to learn how to unify. And if it doesn't affect you, why are you so angry? And I'm not talking about immigration because it does affect taxes and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I'm talking about just on a broader thing. Like, why does another race affect you so much?
So I actually thought about this the other day. I don't know why, but I was just like randomly came across this thought when I was listening to a bunch of these different podcasts when I was at work, and they were talking about segregation and everything, and I randomly had this thought: if segregation was based off of how people acted instead of the color of their skin, people would be in check.
Yeah.
You know, like, if you're acting a fool, you're doing all this, like, bad stuff, you're not on your grind, you're not on your hustle, you're not making money, you know, doing what you need to do, you're going to get discriminated against. I think that would have been fine.
I mean, that's what the criminal system is supposed to do and the prison system's supposed to do.
I think the criminal system is set up to imprison minorities to establish white supremacy.
A lot of people would try to argue on that, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is because it's always been to, like, just if y'all have Netflix, I know all y'all got a Netflix account. Go watch the 13th.
Yes, the third. Oh my!
It will explain so much.
If you don't understand the problem with white
system.
supremacy and the prison systems in our country, go watch the 13th on Netflix. Like, it is so enlightening.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what race you are. It'll expand your thinking.
Yeah, because that's definitely, the system is definitely flawed. The system was made this way, and people need to start realizing it so that we can fix it.
Yeah, the browner and darker your skin, you used to always be seen as a victim. Like, they use propaganda to always portray the darker people as, oh man, they're savages, or they're this.
That goes back to what I said earlier. People fear what they don't understand.
Yep.
They don't understand, so they get scared, and then they start throwing everyone into prison. They start accusing people of being a threat, of being harmful to them, and it just, those false accusations really just poison society.
And that's why we need more conversations like this and more dialogue. If you honest, like, as a black person, if a white dude asks me what it's like and he asks sincere questions, I am not going to be offended whatsoever. Some black people do get offended, but me, like, if anybody wants to ask me something on being black or how I feel on subjects, ask me, because I will not get offended. I like it because I want to teach people so we can all prosper. Because if everybody stays in their little safe spot and they don't go out of their comfort zone and ask people, we'll never learn about, other people, and we can't unite if we don't know about other
exactly.
people.
It's just, you can't, if you look at somebody and you say, wow, I really don't know if I like them. I think they're kind of a threat. I bet if you go up and talk to them after 10 minutes into a conversation, you're either going to do one of two things. Say, oh, I was wrong, or you're going to be like, I'm going to get out of here. This guy's really a threat.
Yeah, and if you're right, just walk off.
If you're right, walk away. It's not your business.
But, I mean, everybody is prejudiced, no matter what race you are.
That's true.
Like,
I definitely agree with that.
Everybody prejudges. But it's good to just, start conversations like this.
I think the scariest thing that I see nowadays is when I see somebody have a prejudice they don't know about. Because I see this a lot where I'm at. I'll see somebody, like, you see somebody, like, grip their purse tighter when they're around a certain minority or a certain type of person. Or you see a security guard or a gas station clerk following someone around without even knowing it
so many times.
And it's just like, you don't even know what you're doing right now, but it's just, I see it.
Yeah. On a lighter note, something that happens to me all the time, it's not light, but it's annoying, but me and my mom always laugh. Like, me and my mom will go into places and we might sit next to someone who's black. And then the manager or somebody, she says, "Oh, are y'all all together?" And we're like, "What? We're definitely look nothing like her. We definitely look nothing like her."
I'm half Mexican, half white.
Yeah.
And I don't look that Mexican, but I guess sometimes
you do to me. You look tan.
Yeah, I get it. It's summertime, getting the tan on. But I'll be at, like, a restaurant or something with my family, and there's, like, another Hispanic family next to us, and then they look at us and they're just like, they just don't even ask. They just start counting.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, my gosh. That's annoying.
They're like, all right, we're going to have to move some tables together. And I'll just be like, no. Like, my last name's Pearson, so we'll just take our own table, please.
That literally happens to me every month. I can, honest to God, say that happens to me every month.
Yeah. It's frustrating. It's annoying, but I don't know. The only way I think we can really, really solve racism is just, and all this stuff, prejudice in general, is just to come together as a unified people who don't discriminate and try and just overpower the people who do discriminate. I think we gotta outlive it. Like, cause our generation,
we gotta let these old people die.
Millennials. This is actually gonna transition into our next topic, is like millennials and like what it's like to be a millennial. But I think millennials are, for the most part, pretty accepting of people and what they do. The only problems I see is whenever people have this, oh, my dad believes this, my mom believes this, so I'm going to believe this.
Oh my gosh, that's annoying. Have your own brain,
yes,
people.
there is no such thing as, oh, my family, I have a conservative family, I have a Democratic family,
Yeah.
I have a,
Thoughts aren't genetic.
Yes, beliefs and thoughts are not genetic. And I do see, like, a lot
Neither
of
is
younger
hate.
people, when I do see people having their own political beliefs and stuff, it's interesting because when they're younger, they're more democratic. But as they get older and they start getting a job that pays more and they start having to pay all these taxes, they become more conservative.
Yep.
I think that's just interesting to keep in mind. But
a little negative wisdom.
I don't know, man. Millennials are bittersweet to me. I mean, we're both one of them, but
yeah. No, I love our generation, but I hate us at the same time. Because, yes, we do accept a lot of things. Sometimes we accept too much.
Yeah,
and then we push it on you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to accept it, we're like, oh my God, you must be this or this. No, I accept it. I just don't want to do it, you know?
Yeah, I think millennials also have like a really bad work ethic. But when we find something that we're passionate about, there's no stopping us. Like, if there's a group that are coming together, like, okay, so for example, we both go to UNT, and after the election, with all the results and everything, there's a lot of protests and stuff. And I was just seeing all kinds of different political backgrounds, different beliefs, different everything. And they were all just coming together, listening to each other, and just, like, really, like, responding to each other and caring about each other. And I thought that was beautiful. I was just like, wow, that's exactly what we need to be doing. But, yeah, shout out UNT.
Oh, yeah, UNT is a good school. Good mixing pot.
Yeah, good mixing pot. A lot of different cultures at that school. A lot of different exposure to different
and that's beliefs. The thing. When you're exposed to all that, it expands your mind. Because you're like, dang, now I have to be with this dude. Okay, I'm learning a little bit about him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's learning a little bit about me. If all
your friends have the same exact belief as you, you're never gonna reach out. Like, you're
not gonna grow.
You have no idea what you're gonna run into tomorrow that you might just love. Or you might fall in love with some activity, some hobby, or even a belief or something. You know, you never know. So I think meeting new people with different cultures and different beliefs is a great way to expand your own mind, expand your own thoughts and your own beliefs. Because you can listen to somebody talking about another belief and keep your own belief. They're not trying to put you on to their thoughts. They just want you to understand where they're coming from and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, millennials. I don't know, man. We get a lot of hate from the older people. A lot of people don't like us.
Oh well, it's bittersweet. I mean, every generation has their quirks. Ours is, I don't know. I can't even describe ours because some people won't find it a quirk, and I don't want to step on anybody's shoes. So
yeah, don't want to. Actually, I don't care if I hurt anyone's feelings, but
I mean, the more of I at least want to get a few people to listen to us first before they see the real Bryson Cole.
Yeah, before
and
we
see
start
that.
crushing their hearts.
But that's the thing about the show. Like, we're gonna have people come on, and if you want to come on, all you got to do is DM the Twitter. And
yeah, for sure. If you think that you have some unique experiences, a unique belief, a unique culture that you come from, or even a regular anything,
yeah,
DM us on the Twitter. Say, hey, I'd love to come and set up an episode with y'all, and we'll plan out an episode of stuff that we can talk about and really get your insight. Because that's one of the main things we want to do on this too, is bring on some guest stars and really show their other side and their opposing views and anything. We'll compare the differences, similarities, and we'll find a common truth.
Hey, yeah, that's the main part. That's the reason it's called that.
Yeah, we for sure want to do that though.
Yeah, we want to find common ground. Also, if you want to just come on the show because you're a musician or you're an entrepreneur or you're an artist or whatever you got, and you want to just come on here and spread it, we will definitely be helpful in trying to promote your ideas or whatever the business, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big supporter of local artists. I want to see a bunch of people blow up from where I'm from.
Yeah.
I love supporting my friends' hobbies, like their art forms and everything, or even not even my friends. Like, I like supporting all art forms. and stuff.
Yeah, you got to remember everybody starts off local. A lot of people they'll give SoundCloud rappers or whatever you're doing a hard time because they're like, "Oh my God, you're still small or whatever." But everybody starts small. No one just knew Chance the Rapper. He had to put out mixtapes.
All you got to do is get lucky once in life with what you want to do with your passion, and that's all it takes. Get lucky one time. So keep playing your cards, keep making that dope art, and then just keep putting stuff out there, and you never know what could happen. You could walk away with a lot from what you love to do.
It's always a process. Just keep working at it.
All right, last thing we're going to talk about today, I saw this article on CNN, and the picture just caught my eye. I'm looking at it right now, and
No, they're cute.
I wish y'all could see this. There was these two twins who were born conjoined. They were conjoined twins, which if you don't know what that means, it means that a part of their body was connected when they were born. And it's not that common, but what made this so unique is that they were conjoined at the head. Like, the top of their heads were just like, I don't know. Y'all got to go look this up. And they're from Valhalla, New York. They had a bunch of procedures done to them, and they're actually got separated, which I have
That's
no
awesome. How did that
clue.
happen?
Like, this doctor needs to win some sort of award or something.
He definitely needs an award. And I'm wondering, like, do they think the same thoughts?
Yeah, can they like, they look across the room, they're like, hey. Like,
you saw that too?
You saw
Yeah,
that?
I saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
All right.
bet.
I already know.
Yeah. But they, in all these pictures, they got, like, these big smiles on their heads, and they're just happy.
Did you say smiles on their heads?
Smiles on their head, I guess.
Oh, man. Bro, we got to be punnier than that. We got to bring some more puns up on here.
But yeah, they're I thought it was really interesting.
I'm just glad they're, healthy.
Yeah, they're healthy. The medical field is really advancing. That's amazing. But follow us on Twitter at the CT Podcast, The Common Truth. We're gonna try and keep this stuff updating once a week. Try and keep you guys updated with some dope content, what's going on in the world, and some breaking news. But until next time, this has been The Common Truth. Peace.